Content of the video. Before we can dive right into the code, I'm giving you a quick introduction to the shopware directory structure. As I already mentioned, there may be parts or folders or some files which aren't exactly the way or aren't existent as it is in your shopware version or in your shopware folder. This may be simply because you have it from a different source or you're using a bit of a different version, which is not too big of a problem. So I'm going to go to the through the most important folders of shopware, and I'm going to start with the bin folder. So the bin folder contains our console application, which can be, or which allows some shopware functions to be executed via console. So if you open your shopware directory in the in your command line, you can type bin/console, and if you simply hit enter, it will provide you with a list of commands that can be executed, like generating your entities which are defined in Doctrine, or clearing the cache, running cron jobs, doing plugin stuff like activating, installing, uninstalling, and well, doing lots of shopware related stuff. Gonna close this again, go back to PHP Storm. So yeah, that's the bin folder pretty much. The custom folder only contains the subdirectory plugin or plugins, and this is the folder where you place your plugins in, as long as you're developing plugins for shopware versions newer than 5.2. As soon as we get there, I'm going to speak about this a bit more. And yeah, the engine folder contains some third-party libraries that shopware relies on, and also the shopware core itself. So engine/shopware actually contains all the code that resembles the core of shopware. So different bundles, different components. The configuration folder contains the default configuration file, which I showed you in the last videos. It contains all the controllers. The controllers directory is split up into 4 subdirectories. We call them modules. So the 4 modules we have are the API, the backend, the front end, and the widgets. We're also going to speak about this later in detail. And we have some more core classes located in the core directory. All of our models are in there. And we have the plugins directory. So this is the directory where all of our pre 5.2 plugins are located. So we have made some rather big changes in version 5.2 concerning the plugin and the plugin structure. So we also introduced the new custom plugins folder in order for the new plugins to have their dedicated location. And yeah, all the old plugins are located in the engine shopware plugins directory. Well, files and media are simply directories where certain files are located. So files can be things like documents or downloads that you offer, like downloadable products, for example. Whereas the media folder contains everything that is managed by the shopware internal media manager. So if you head to the image directory, for example, you find you have this hash folder names. So this whole thing is managed by shopware itself. So yeah, you have this directory structure which allows a bit of a faster access. And we will also go into that later on. And the var and the web folder, so these two ones here, just contain temporary files. And yeah, we don't need to take a look at these. The last important one is the themes folder, which contains our front-end themes, obviously. So the bare theme and the responsive theme, which are kind of depending on each other. They are located in here, and if you go into the responsive or into the bare theme and go to front end, you will find all of the different components that there are. So see the account component, the one for the detail page, the one for listings, the one for your homepage. So all these are placed in there. And last but not least, in the backend folder, you will find our Shopware backend, so the administration interface and all files associated with that. All the code is located in the themes backend XJS folder.